Hi, this is Emmanuel from India, and today we are going to look into the kingdom gospel, which most of the time is relegated into the obscurity by salvation as well as grace gospel. What is the kingdom gospel that we have forgotten? Many a times I get into a church, I get into a meeting, and I only see that people are talking on the topic of grace or salvation, and they start preaching that Jesus came to save the sinners. Yes, of course, it is there. But when you look into the life of Jesus Christ, you can see that he was preaching and teaching about the kingdom of God. And it was his purpose. When you read in Luke, you see that his purpose was about the kingdom of gospel. He had to go to the other towns and other villages also to speak about the kingdom gospel. So what is this kingdom gospel? See, kingdom gospel is not as universal as people would try to portray it, just like the salvation gospel. Yes, of course, salvation is important, grace is important, but these are all components of kingdom. And if you do not have that wide-angle shot, the panoramic shot of the kingdom gospel, you will become a pauper and you will not be able to understand what salvation and grace are linked together, how they are linked together, how law and grace are linked together, how faith as well as grace is linked together. So we are going to look only about kingdom in these series of messages. And that has been the witness, martus. Martus means witness in Greek. And when you see that in Luke 24:48, ye are the witnesses of these things, the witnesses of the kingdom of God. And we are only going to look into the kingdom of God revelations that God had laid upon the souls. Because see, kingdom of God is very elusive. It is very exclusive. Only a few people, only a few privileged people are given a vision of it. And you can see that when Jesus Christ utters in many of the passages. You can see that in Matthew 13:11, when the disciples, they come and ask Jesus Christ, and they say, Lord, why are you speaking in parables? And Jesus Christ says, yes, I am speaking in parables because only a few need to know about it. Only a few can understand what I'm talking about. And I came to reveal it only to a few. And in Luke chapter 13 and the verses 23 onward, you see a disciple coming and saying, Lord, are those who are going to be saved few? And you can see Jesus Christ saying that strive to enter through that narrow gate, the narrow door. Not many will strive to find it, but they will not find it. See, there is a majority and minority mathematics that you can see there. The kingdom dynamics working. Not many, but a few. There might be many who are baptized. There might be many who walked under the same cloud, who walked through the Red Sea. There might be the same people who would have had the same food, the same manna. They would have drunk the same water from Jesus in the wilderness. But only a few were able to enter into the land, enter into Canaan. And that is what we see in the spiritual Canaan also. So what are we and where are we standing? Are we standing as the traditional Christian or a Pentecostal Christian who doesn't have any idea about the kingdom? Or are we going to strive forward to understand what the kingdom gospel is all about? You see that only people who are violent will be able to enter into the kingdom of God. Because only the violent people are able to grasp the understanding of what the kingdom gospel is all about. And you can see that in Matthew 4:17, 4:23, you can see Jesus Christ going again and again, preaching to towns and villages only about the kingdom of God. And this is going to be our effort, and I'm going to be very honest about this, that this series is only going to be talking about the kingdom of God. We are going to look into each and every theological aspect, take it hamartiology or take it as the Trinity, whatever it is, in the light of the kingdom gospel. Because if you're not looking into the kingdom of gospel, if you're not able to focus everything through the kingdom gospel or shed light over any matter through the kingdom gospel, you would be a pauper. So in this series, we are going to look only through the phenomenon, about the phenomenon of the kingdom of God and nothing else. And we are going to go in a stage-by-stage process and able to understand what Jesus Christ is talking about.